Hope you liked our last video.
Yeah, if you haven't, please go and check it out. And let us know what you feel about the video. Uh, so, what were you doing this weekend?
This weekend I was fully bed rotting and watching movies.
Oh, okay. Actually, I think this week so many movies were released. Like in Malayalam, Vara 2 was released. Then Drama by Zendaya. Like I saw that it's a great movie. We were also watching like Hail Mary. Also, we saw
Wow.
continuously. We
How
were
was
watching.
it? I was also.
It's not a science fiction according to me. According to me, it's a friendship drama comedy. No, if you want a science fiction, I don't think Hail Mary is.
I don't can't understand science fiction. my I think it's according to my level of understanding, I guess.
It's a good movie. Obviously, Ryan Gosling.
Hmm.
So, what was the latest movie you saw in theater?
In theater, I watched a female-oriented Tamil movie played by Radhika. So I think everybody should watch it. It's a nice movie.
Mm. I guess I think recently there are so many very relatable movies coming up. At least movies which we feel that we can understand what the actor or actress is feeling in the movie. Earlier, it was not the case, right?
Mm.
I think that that there was a point till which I'm watching a movie, but I'm a passive fan of a movie industry because I'm watching some random dude fighting for a girl, and the girl is only there in the songs basically. And then will happen is that this girl doesn't even have any friends, I guess, and maybe while going to the mall, two three girls will be there with her, but no impact. Like
Yeah, at the time when the hero starts flirting, there will be, and also those two girls will be less attractive. This girl will be just to make her main. I mean, eye candy. Those two girls were put on just to.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
not like it's any way depicting the friendship or something. It's
correct.
purely to look good in the frame.
Yes, yes. So I think for a very long time I haven't seen any female friendship or female. I haven't seen a movie in which the female character is not a relation to the like love interest or mother, daughter, something. Other than that, it's female characters always revolved around those main characters' relationships, like something like that. So I was never able to relate to those movies basically because I have some life outside than spending time with my partner. Obviously, I love spending time with my partner, but obviously, I have some other hobbies. I have work to do. I have other friendships. I have other things to do in my life. So I think from recent time onwards, there is a very big shift in Indian cinema basically, and we are able to relate to the movie.
Okay, so what's your most favorite female character?
Currently, I'm watching Parks and Recreation. Very superb series, like very nice. My sister recommended me to watch it, and basically there is a Amy Powler is that she's amazing, and it's about her. She's very quirky, but she's so career oriented. She have her best friend, and that how she achieves her dream. That's basically the plot of the series actually. So I love such, and in main essence of the whole series is that all the female characters are actually very different, very unique. They have their own personality, and I think it's so refreshing to see such series as and Michael Kerr is part of the team. So Michael Kerr's all the series are actually very good. So anyway, Parks and Recreation is very highly recommended. She's so funny as well, like how she talks. It's kind of like compared with the Office Michael,
Hmm.
but still this is very unique according to me.
Hmm.
I really liked it. So what about you, Priya?
My favorite female character?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, I haven't seen this. I will add it to my watch list. And thinking about my favorite female character, I think I haven't chosen any female favorite characters. I think it's not yet written. So why I'm saying is I would look for some average girl, college or school going girl, or office going girl who is facing smaller struggles, not some that I can relate to more. So that is why I think I there is no favorite. So there are like certain scenes I like, which we there are a lot of takeaways from each movies at each stages. Perhaps not anything which is favorite or relatable to me.
Mm.
So what I think.
I think when did you start watching like female oriented movies? I think it was there earlier as well, but it was not commercially successful, or there was an era, right? These movies were
Mhm.
not getting enough.
Correct, correct.
But what is your first? What do you remember? Like what is your first?
First movie, definitely during school time. I also, when not like in the early stage when I was a kid, but 11th, 12th standard, those times it was Arundhati, I guess. That was my
Mm.
first movie. And it was also not very relatable. It's like a fantasy movie. We all look up to a queen. We all heard king story. Similar way, it's like looking up to a queen story. I mean, queen as in some kingdom dynasty, that kind of fantasy story, I would say. That is my first story.
Oh, that is a great movie. I actually liked it. So uh, at that time, I remember female-oriented movies were not getting enough. Uh, they were not commercially successful, but that movie actually
We
got enough, and that was a major stepping stone. I think for me, I think the first movie which I saw, which I was not watching much movies, but after watching Queen, I guess, played by Kangana Ranaut, that movie was actually I really loved that movie. I think I saw it like 4 5 times. It was a very fun movie. They are talking about a big taboo, but they are telling it in a fun way. Her friend is also very fun. She's by exploring relationships, friendships, and it's kind of in a way I can see so many women like that. All olden days, if there is a female character who have a plot, when she have a plot to the movie, mostly it will be like she will be a rape victim or some big
correct.
issue happened to her and she is fighting for it. Like, I understand that that is a very serious issue and that should be discussed, but I in movie industries for males also they are struggling so many issues like patriarchy, which is invented by male, is suffered most by male as well. So when
See, the sufferings, the benefits are larger than the suffering. So they obviously they won't talk about it and educate men about it.
correct, correct,
So
very
we
true,
are the
very true.
victim. So you can't complain about that. Okay.
Uh, so, but in that case also, male is talking about the fun moments, happy moments, sad moments, angry moments, all those things. The
Correct.
spectrum is getting used or like in the movie industry. But females, that we have a life, or that our spectrum is actually not properly explored. That's what I
When
feel.
considering females, they're only glorifying her beauty, and
Hmm.
for some good souls they are glorifying, or they are voicing out the pain. Not
Hmm.
other than pain and beauty, women has other feelings.
Yeah.
Excuse me, we are humans. We are a species of humans only. So I have a good memory of Queen. When you
Uh,
talk about it, I until school I haven't really watched Queen, but I've heard the whole narrative of each and every scene, how fun it is, how the friendship is, and all that, and all the scenes are narrated by my close friend, and she and us. She is the light of our gang, who lights about how our family should treat us, how there is a partiality in homes and all of that.
mm,
We constantly, unknowingly, we were irritated about it. We were not that vocal, but that time we were unknowingly irritated about it.
mm.
She was the one first to raise, this is what happening, you see. And then she was the light that time. And
Go girl.
yeah, and this movie was explained by her in one of our PT class, maybe.
The gossip session.
Sessions. And I remember the narration later, after some time, after a few years only I watched it. So it was a nice moment we shared. And
I think, but so in my hostel, so many people used to watch so many, like they're all watch movies continuously. So my roommate, she saw the movie Fana by Sailik Pallavi. So what
Oh,
happened?
Fida.
Fida, sorry, Fida by Sai Pallavi. So in that movie, basically, she's so committed to her. She's so in love with her father that she don't even want to leave the village, right? And then this girl is very conservative. Okay, even if I'm laying down in my bed in my room in the hostel, she'll be like, "Don't lay down like this. This is not a girl. This is not how a girl should lay down." So, anyway, she is very conservative. She's like, I can relate to the story a lot because I love my father a lot. Blah 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 blah. Anyway, when we don't brag about how much we love our parents, because I don't think that is something we are vocal about it much. Anyway, she was like, I love my father a lot. I love my father a lot. And in the end, she loved and married. So, and see, eloping, according to me, is to an extent is fine. If you are having a very toxic family, there is no other way
Another
than
way.
elope.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This, her parents genuinely wanted her to have a career, then go for marriage. So, I don't know how did she relate to Fida. I think there are so many movies which are talking about very serious topic, but in a very fun way. I think English is a very good example for that. Have you seen that movie?
Yeah, I have seen that movie and I felt a change in myself after that. And I also see that that movie tells a basic thing: respect in a relationship,
Mm.
respect in a household for women. So it's not that we were disrespecting our parents or our mother, but we started understanding the pain after that movie, and it's a basic thing that movie taught.
Small jokes matter. Like even according to us, it will be funny, but uh, after a point, disrespect is actually you are just being mean. So I think we all learned a very basic thing from that movie. But one major thing, I think it's controversial. I feel like she should have left her family, right?
Correct.
According to me, love comes with respect. So if you don't have respect for me, then do you love me? I
The climax and the whole movie was maybe you have to see in this way. This society is like that. The
Mm.
age, the era of women was still, was bound in a relationship just because of love, or just because of they got married or something,
Mm.
out of respect to the family and other things. But they still can expect respect.
Yeah. Uh, I think this at that time, since movies showing this much progress was such a big deal, everyone was like, ooh, we should respect the woman in the house. They're also humans. So
New
I guess
learning.
because of that, I guess they didn't show leaving the family. If they showed at the back, then it would have not been a blockbuster.
Blockbuster. She would have gotten backslash by
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
climax
yeah, yeah.
and
I think this Queen is showing a big taboo, but when we are contrasting it with
no, Queen is also, she hasn't broke the
ah,
marriage. She got into a situation, and then how she tackles up, and then you don't have to. Maybe it's talking about the taboo that uh, uh, women whose marriage is broke up, they don't need to cry and sit in a corner.
yeah,
So that is what it's talking about. But it's not like she brought herself into. It's for
mm.
her. It's happened because of the sick guy.
Mm, I think that that shift is yet to come. Like, if you are not happy in a relationship, even if it's some, according to other people, it will be a silly issue that we are divorcing for. But if you are not happy in a relationship, even because of small thing, you should move away from that because you only have one life. And
Correct.
I think those movies are very rare. I think Tappad is a very good movie when you are thinking about that because when she faced that disrespect for the first time, she stopped. And that is a very good example of
Mm.
how we should be in a relationship. We should have a self love and self respect to move away. Otherwise, you won't move away.
Correct.
Uh,
And there is a similar movie called Ammu. Here, there also domestic violence was there, and not one time, multiple times, and he was a bit psychotic. actually. And those people who watched Tappad and not encourage, and they watched Ammu and say, why didn't she leave in the first place? That's what we tried to say in Tappad, but you were not agreeing.
Correct,
So
correct, correct. So true.
what?
People, in Tappad, people consider that as overreacting, and Ammu, it was considered as underreacting. Like,
Mm,
it's very crazy. But I can understand like why Ammu didn't leave him in the first place. When you're growing up in such a conservative household, it's very difficult to move away actually in such relationships. It's understandable. When we are talking about female actresses, I think my one of my favorite, like there are so many favorites, obviously, but I like to highlight Hakani Kusurdi. She's so pretty. She's amazing in amazing
she's
actress.
a Tamil actress or Malayalam actress? Okay.
She is a Malayali, so she's a badass actress actually. Her movies are so nice. I saw Girls Will Be Girls. That movie, the emotion, oh my god! I at the end of the movie, I was actually crying because it showed the emotional bond between a mom. It is basically about mom and daughter, and those who haven't seen the movie, it's about a mom and her daughter, and mom is, so every human being wants attention, like love, that when you are not, when you're deprived of that, how will it go? So it's a very beautiful movie actually. So uh, very nice. So I think whichever movies Kanikusu they select is amazing. So All We Imagine as Light is also a very beautiful movie. It also uh, like what society tells you to do, that is not what is correct, or like that necessarily shouldn't be what is right or wrong. Maybe my interpretation and others interpretation will be completely different. So for those movies, I think the major or important thing about that movie is that people interpret these movies in a very different way. That is also, like, I guess, very uh, that is magical about those movies.
Mm.
Do you have any favorite actresses?
Thai Kelavi movie. It was
I love Urvashi. So it might be a bit controversial. According to me, cheating was okay actually, because
the cases like when women are not able to give birth, that is why he is leaving.
sure,
So
sure,
these, I don't want the women to be always a pity character. I want some flawed women also to take
is actually not a girl's girl.
about a woman who's trying to fit into upper class society, but she will do anything to just fit in.
Society considers this woman as bad, but actually they are depicting correct role.
In adolescence, how she is attracted sexually to boys. Always a male coach. I find it odd now.
Like, I'm always angry. I feel that is like very.
That's what we
Yesterday,
would
my blood was boiling, guys. Blood was boiling.